Rapper's curse is a true thing, especially when you look at the cause of death of so many young hip-hop artists. In the music industry, the rap community has always been the most dangerous one to exist. Rappers always tend to get themselves involved in some sort of street life before they hit it big, and after getting the fame, the target on their back only grows bigger. Today, we'll take a look at all the rappers whose lives were cut short by murder. They could have been the biggest in the game, but sadly, someone decided to end it all for them. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like and comment on this video. Which rapper do you think would have been the biggest in the game if his life wasn't cut short? Also, if you would like to join this month's giveaway of a brand new iPhone 12, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was one of the most underrated rappers ever, but his fan following was extremely loyal and he held a respected status in the community. Unfortunately, on the 31st of March 2019, a guy named Eric Holder ended up fatally shooting him when they got into an argument. Eyewitnesses recalled that Eric started the whole thing and instigated Nipsey. Hussle then called him a snitch, which made him completely lose it. He drove away only to be back with guns in his hands and openly shot him. The paramedics arrived shortly, but due to multiple gun wounds, there was no chance Nipsey would have made it out alive. As soon as he reached the hospital, he was declared dead. Eric was arrested shortly after and he pleaded not guilty. His case is still on trial, but due to a lot of evidence pointing at him, it doesn't look like he'll be able to get out easy. Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was the most up-and-coming rapper of 2019. His songs were getting big and he had even caught the eye of many popular celebrities like Nicki Minaj. He was on the waiting feature list for many rappers like Quavo and Travis Scott. He was about to be really big, but then due to a robbery gone wrong, he lost his life. There is no doubt about the fact that had he not been killed on the 19th of February 2020, he could have been one of the biggest rappers of this decade. He was shot in his own home in the late hours of the night. It took months for the police to crack the case, as nobody could guess the identity of the killers. Pop wasn't involved in street stuff, so a rival gang shooting was not an option. Finally, in July, 5 guys were arrested in connection to Pop's robbery and shooting. The names and ages of these men were Corey Walker, 19, Keandre D. Rogers, 18, Jaquan Murphy, 21, and the other 2 were remained unnamed due to being underage. They told the police that they only went there with the intention to rob his stuff, which they saw on his Instagram posts, but then he whipped out his gun and they had to shoot him. His Rolex was sold only for $2,000, which was the main item for them. They were all booked on murder charges and their case is still pending in court. Pop's lawyers are pushing for the death penalty for their heinous crimes. If not this, then they only want the life sentence. Soulja Slim. Soulja Slim, aka James Adairell Tapp Jr., is said to be one of the pioneers of the New Orleans rapping style. His lyrics were extremely gritty and street style. In the 90s, he had his fair share of run-ins with the law, but after coming out of prison in 2001, he led a quiet, mellow life. When he was shot on the 26th of November 2003, nobody could believe it. Since he wasn't getting in trouble or hanging out in a dangerous neighborhood, he was shot when he was at the front lawn of his own house by a man named Wrld Smith. Police couldn't find a direct motive for Wrld to kill him, so they concluded that he was just a hitman hired by someone else to do the job. To this day, nobody knows who the actual person was who wanted Soulja dead. Lil Snupe. Lil Snupe was truly on the verge of getting his first big break. He was so confident about his rapping skills that he went straight to Meek Mill's bus and tapped on his window. When Meek looked out thinking he was a fan, Snoop handed him a cassette of his demos and walked away. He only hoped that Meek could give it a listen, but it actually happened, and in less than an hour, he got the call from him. Meek was impressed by his demos and quickly signed him to his Dream Chasers record label. Things were looking up for him, and he was about to get his ideal launch, but then, on the 20th of June 2013, things took a horrible turn. He was hanging out with a convicted felon named Tony Holden, and they were playing video games. Somehow it all turned into an argument, but it resulted in Snoop getting shot while Tony fled from the scene. He died in the apartment due to bullet injuries, and later, Tony surrendered. The police first arrested him on the murder charge, but then, some more information came to light. Soon, another man by the name of Edric O. Stewart was arrested for manslaughter in connection to Snoop's case. Further investigation proved that the bullets weren't fired from Tony's gun. This all was enough to tell that Edric was the actual killer of Snoop, but due to lack of evidence, he got to walk free, while Tony got 10 years for illegal possession of a firearm. L.A. Capone. L.A. Capone was also one of those rappers who didn't get a chance to show the world their true potential. Before deciding to become a rapper, Capone had already associated himself with the Chicago street gang, the Black Disciples. He frequently hung out with his members and was openly flaunting his lifestyle, which involved Glocks. On September 16, 2013, Capone was shot by 3 anonymous men when he had just come out of the recording studio. He was crossing a dark alley and was with a friend when someone started shooting at him. The bullets hit him and he fell to the ground. By the time he was taken to the hospital, he had already lost too much blood. Initially, it looked like he was going to make it, but then the doctors gave the tragic news to his mother. Lil Durk was one of his closest friends, and he told the world by writing RIP on his Twitter account. 3 members of the rival gang were arrested, and one of them, named Buchanan, was finally sentenced to 45 years for killing Capone. G-Money. G-Money was slowly making a name for himself. His potential was visible, but he was known to cause somewhat of a stir with the other rappers via his lyrics. He also openly told that many rappers take part in criminal activity only to increase their street credit and gain immense fan following. What's sad is he could have been around had he not gone on to rap derogatory lyrics about the sister of a fellow rapper. On the 13th of September 2017, while he had just left the recording studio, he was shot in Baton Rouge's parking lot. Naturally, the first suspicion went to the founder of Young NBA, Kentrell Golden, about whose sister he was rapping. In June 2019, DeAndre Fields was arrested for murdering G-Money. He had often performed with the NBA group and initially told police that he wasn't even in the city when the murder took place, but his phone location told otherwise. After more interrogation, he eventually admitted to killing him and even told police that he was the guy who used to kill whenever someone tried to mess with the NBA group. And with this, we have come to the very end of this video. Tell us in the comment section which rapper do you miss the most. Let us know your thoughts on the whole video below. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video, and if you are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button for all future content. Thanks for watching. Until next time.